Oh man.
All right.
Hey guys,
On
welcome
that
to
note,
special.
On that note,
on that note, welcome back to the Haha
What's up?
Podcast. My name is Angst, and that is Smug.
Yeah.
And we have two special guests. We have a returning guest of the unrivaled Discord mod of Hugh Lance.
Hey.
Ultimate moderator, let's go, baby. That's my goat.
And
It's
League
the,
of
the Danganronpa title.
and League of Legends Jeopardy YouTuber Nate150k.
Oh my god, he's here? Where is he? Oh my god.
No way.
Okay,
Oh my
all right,
God.
you're not that famous. Calm down.
Sign my forehead.
Sign my
Please.
You got a lot of room to sign. It's okay.
Okay.
I think we can fit all
Yeah,
four
I'll
of our
have to do that
signatures
one.
on there.
It's like a mouse map, but it's my forehead.
Exactly.
Huge.
You're gonna see that one day. You
Dude,
are.
that would be kind of funny, honestly. That would definitely get some internet clout. I'm like, I have Curious signature on my forehead, and like all of T1's like
Oh.
signatures on
That
my
would
forehead.
be-
Baker,
Wait.
please sign my forehead.
I don't think security would let me get that close, but you know.
Well, not with
Wait,
that
Nate, you might need to
attitude.
strike first. I think a league stream, but you have a hand cam and it's your own forehead mouse pad. That might be kind of fire.
Just no context. It's just my own
Oh
face.
my
like-
god, no, you know what would be peak? You know
Yeah.
those booby mouse
Oh
pads?
no.
Yeah.
So you
I'm
have
listening.
that, right? You're listening. You're gonna want to tune out immediately. So you
Oh, no.
make that, it's your head. It's the Megamind meme that you have.
Okay.
The entire mouse pad's your forehead and the boobies are your eyes.
Okay. See, now I'm not listening.
Yeah, see, I told you, you're gonna want to check out
I've lost
immediately.
it.
Bro,
I
just
immediately
the mental
zoned out.
image is cursed.
It's pretty cursed.
The eyeballs, like,
Yeah.
how big my eyes have to be. Oh
It's
my
gonna be
goodness.
great.
That's-
It's cheeks.
It's like the spherical like little tool in Photoshop. You just spherify it. And it's awful. And then it's just
Make all
stretched
the-
out eyes.
Oh my god, your eyebrows would be like way distorted.
Oh no. This is so like fucking deep fried. That's so cursed.
That's gonna be fire merch. And that's gonna be. It's
gonna be
Oh my god!
great.
Speaking of, that's actually great. So earlier, Haley bought me a little gift for my birthday, an early birthday present. She bought me a Nate150k Funko. It is literally like modeled after me. I wear a little headset. I wear like a little hair. I have like a little, unrealistic, right? I have hair, and then I have like a
Well,
little,
I was gonna
little,
say,
like workout.
I saw that. The unrealistic part was you carrying weight.
Dude, what? It's my headphone. It's my headphones. And
Oh, is it your
secondly,
headphones?
I go-
It looked like weight
Yeah,
in the
Yeah,
picture.
that's a headset.
It looked
Yeah,
like
that's why- yeah, they're
a fucking the circle weights.
Dumbbell?
Not dumbbell.
No,
but
yeah, that's what I
yeah.
thought first at too. I'm like, oh, they're like dumbbells. No, they're my headphones that my little guy's
okay,
wearing.
that makes
yeah,
more sense.
Yeah, but I was like, well, first of all, I go to the gym all the time, so like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like super jacked in my life, like it's so super sick.
Actually roided.
It's
roided
very
out. No, and I was like, yeah, you know what? This is a sweet birthday present. I love it. And I was like, damn, 150k merch. I mean, like, I don't know. That's kind of funny. I don't even know where I'd begin with that. I think I'd need to first like actually, have a bigger audience, and then
I
like
think you
that
could
would be.
I think
do it with what you
first
have.
you should step
Yeah.
off of the misfortune copyright. Might be the first
Yeah,
step.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you don't think I can make my own misfortune? Like,
I think Riot might actually have an issue or two.
This is Mr. Fortune, and it's just my own OC. Has nothing to do with legally distinct cosplay.
Legally
here?
distinct
Yeah,
pirate
Misfortune
woman.
is just
Yep.
you with Misfortune's clothing.
And
Yeah,
and
exactly.
still
It's
tits.
just-
You still got
And
the
still,
tits.
yeah, I still have tits. I didn't.
Obviously.
I didn't transition or anything. I'm just wearing a set of tits,
Yeah.
and like that's fine. So
And for some reason, you
Exactly.
stuff your ass. Like it's just like two pillows in the back.
Listen, we don't talk about that.
the
part.
BBL, the
Yep.
treatment, huge, twerking on it.
Anyway, you might not believe this, but we're going to talk about college and university today.
Oh my
All
god, I had
three
no idea.
Of these fuckers are in college or university, and I dropped out, so I have no
Yeah.
good stories. I have
Oh boy.
one semester under my belt, and that's it. So
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple, but not much. So I was like, let's just get the other three or the other two on here. I was gonna say Smug's always
Well,
on here.
well, I mean,
Who wants to start? Who wants to go? Who wants?
who has something they need to get off their
Okay.
chest?
I'd like to add something because
Yeah.
Angst had asked me. He said like want to be on the pod to bitch about college and uni. I was on my I was putting the dishes away, and I had my phone on the side, and I saw the notification, and he said, and the only part I could do was pod to bitch about college and uni. I sprinted from my kitchen to my fucking to my room, and I typed bitching about uni. I'm there. Let me in.
No way, dolphin dived like onto your fucking computer.
I need to confirm this ASAP.
It's got the
I need to let
fucking
them know.
Black Ops 6 Omni movement.
Yeah.
Just fucking spinning
I'll
in
never
the
miss
air.
any opportunity to fucking shit about something that I willingly signed myself to.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about it earlier when X was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do school stuff." So I like thought of the story ahead of time. So like, what school feels like to me going through it now is like everyone's in a bus, right? Like you're all going somewhere, but there's no driver, no destination, and you're all just kind of like hoping it doesn't fucking crash. And like a story that I have to like kind of follow that mindset is like, so I'm in my third year of my physics degree. And like at this point, I'm like, well, I'm too far in. Like I don't really like this anymore, but like I've spent more than half of my time getting the degree, so you know,
It's too
cost.
late.
Yeah, it's too late. Sunken
Well,
cost fallacy. I gotta
and
cash out.
More
you know?
money than you will ever see in your lifetime.
No, like, and I just fucking like I'm going through my classes and I see like there's this really like it's really confusing like what classes you have to take sometimes. And this one was like I have to take a Fourier analysis class and a stats class, and I thought I had to take both of them, you know, because like my colleagues were taking the same classes as me. And they were also taking both of them. But they see what I did know was like my degree path was physics and music. So like 70% of it is physics work and like a little bit like of mandatory music classes for like music theory. And I didn't have to take both. I only had to take one or the other. But I didn't know that. So and my tutor who was supposed to be like, you know, guiding like you have you have a TA, you have like a tutor
Yeah.
in the UK. I guess I don't know about the US undergrad. I'm in the US masters now, but like I don't know if it's different for undergrads
I
if you
think
have
it's
like a
almost like university based. I feel like some do, some don't.
okay, yeah. And like so like
Depends how
there's
much
basic
money you have.
yeah, like so basically it's just the guy that's supposed to like he has like a set number of students he's supposed to quote unquote look after and like make sure they're like taking the right courses and stuff and like if they're on the right career path or whatever. But like this guy clearly didn't want to do his job. Like he never talked to me unless he absolutely had to. And I didn't even really know like to talk to him at all until third and fourth year. And anyway, like so these classes I'm supposed to take, I didn't have to take both of them, but I signed up for it. The school let me sign up for both of them, more credits than I'm supposed to have. And I go through both classes and I take both finals. And by the and I realize up as I'm turning in my second final for the second class that I'm like, wait, I can't submit it because like at this point COVID's happening. I'm like, I can't submit it online. Because I'm like, wait, why did my timer run out? I'm supposed to have another 30 minutes. And I email them and they're like, oh, you're not in the system to be in this class. I'm like, but I did every quiz and turned them in. I got feedback for it. I did like, and I literally have the exam. Please just let me turn this in so I don't like, you know, flunk out of it. I spent like a whole semester doing it. And they're like, okay, we'll just submit it and talk to it later. And then they're like, okay. So and then my TA emails me like immediately afterwards, like, what did you do? I'm like, I signed up for these classes. I showed up to every lecture and I took all of the exam material. And they're like, okay, we're just gonna say that we planned for you to have extra credit from the beginning so we both don't get in trouble. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What do you mean we? Excuse me? This should have been sorted months ago. You should have seen this. Like, oh, this guy signed up for too many classes. That's weird. And I'm like, what the fuck? I thought my workload was crazy that semester too. I was like, damn, this is a full-time job. I'm really swamped right now.
What?
It's like,
Man, fuck, I'm tired all the time. What the fuck?
No,
Is
like,
this all
it
this
feels like
intense?
no, it's like 7 p.m. I'm still doing homework. I'm like, damn, bro, like I just really want to like play a game of Overwatch or something. I'm like, nope, can't. I have too much work. So and that's when I was like, man, does like no one like even care like when they go through? And I feel like they don't. I feel like a part of me wants to be like, how can one guy be expected to look after all these different students to the point where like they're all making the best decisions? But like it really just felt like they're not gonna check up on me to make sure I'm doing well or anything. It's just like, yeah, you're the one going through the classes, you go through all the hell. If like, you know, you're the one that's supposed to like make it work. And it's just like kind of dumb that like you're expected to pay all this money do all this work, do all these courses, and then no one really checks to see like if you'll be employable or like if any of the skills are worth for you or if this is even a right fit for you. Like they'll just let you sink like into the volcano.
Yeah.
Like they don't really care.
Yeah, that's
So-
It's entirely
you're
possible.
blindfolded, and if you're running into a wall, they won't say anything.
Yeah, exactly. They won't stop you. They'll let you run. So
Like, oh, go run, boy.
that's why
You can just sign up for classes for fun, and they won't. Help.
yeah.
no,
Like you could go for 10 years, get no degree,
Damn,
like what am I doing
overachiever.
wrong? And they won't say anything.
yeah, they won't care as long as you're paying. They're just like, all right, and then like I don't know. Part of me's like I'm okay with like the hands off. Like they don't want to steer you too hard, but they don't steer you at all. And even within your own degree, to the point where I'm taking the wrong classes through a whole semester, and no one told me. Like oh
God-
my fucking god.
Guys, I'm asking to be steered right now. I would love some help.
Someone
I would actually
please
love that right
grab
now.
this fucking wheel and get me out of here.
No, exactly.
Something is wrong.
Something is horribly wrong. Please help.
I have been
dear
doing
God.
schoolwork for 12 hours each day. What is happening?
I just thought it was normal. I was like, man, I knew third year was gonna be hard. I didn't know it was gonna be this hard. In my mind, I'm like, this is okay. That's another thing too, is like the amount of like fucking busy work they do in like college, at least in undergrad. I think in masters it's chilled a little bit. It's still all busy work. It just feels like nonsense. Like I'm just doing all these equations by hand, at least in STEM, at least in physics. And a part of me is like, listen, I know you got to know what you're doing, you know, a couple times before, do some several variable calculus, know like how to do a derivative. But like at some point we should just be using the calculator, right? Like surely at some point we're not making this harder for ourselves than it has to be. You know, like solve this problem in 20 minutes you could do with like a computer and some Google. But no, you're going to spend like 4+ hours, you know, writing everything out in LaTeX and like making sure your equations all follow the right logic. And like, I get it. It's like, you know, process of the scientific method, but also like none of this will even be necessary in my line of work when I'm making spreadsheets. And
Dude,
it's like, it pisses me
the
off a little
amount
bit.
of
I'm so
time I have spent on Google and like YouTube helping Kayleen do like calculus or do like high end because she's also in STEM doing the high end equations that I never fucking learned, but she's like she's not good at math, so I have to be there to like learn it and then somehow try to explain it to her in a way that makes sense. Because she had same thing. Her advisors or like tutors were of no help to her because it wasn't like catered to her, obviously, because there's a fucking shit ton of kids. Fuck, yeah.
Right, well, I hate listening to like a master's class physics student complain about the same shit I complain about. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm a history major. We should not be overlapping anywhere.
No.
Are we having the same problems?
No,
Yeah.
like
How would you feel if I told you that a master's in IT also has the exact same problems?
Oh, I hate
It's just-
oh my god.
it's just doomed. It's just a universal fucking suffering.
I'm going to this fucking historical analysis class, and he's like, guys, we're not going to class here. We're in a meeting. We are all colleagues in this room. And it's like, yeah, uh-huh.
I would hate
this is
that.
a meeting. Uh-huh.
And he's like, second rule, no technology at all. Like, okay.
Oh,
What?
okay. Good.
Huh?
You know, because all the jobs today don't use any technology for
Yeah,
sure.
because technology's not real.
It's
Yeah,
fake.
that's
the
like
devil.
pfft, I don't even AI. Like that's not even a complete sentence. Like I don't. What are you talking about? It's so weird.
And yeah, it's crazy because there's AI built into my fucking like online homework thing. It's like, oh, if you're watching this video, here's your AI summary. I'm like, hello, huh?
Dude, no, like, bro, I was getting depressed last semester because like my professors were actively because like we do a lot of coding for our stats stuff now because it's more stats based now than physics. But like they were constantly like just use AI. Like my professor was like use AI to do like to help you with the coding process. Like a lot of the syntax is done with AI. And I'm just like, bro, what is the point of me learning it then? Like I don't understand. Like if I can just tell something to do it, like what am I here to learn then? Like that's like all the class is like I'm just asking like fucking Copilot and GitHub to like, you know, help me sort this out. And it's like, okay, it's sorted. I'm like, okay, great. So like what What am I like? What am I? I don't feel like I'm learning anything.
I paid for this.
I paid for this, by the way. Like, it'd be one thing if like I made the decision to use some AI like on my own, but when my professor is actively saying no, just use it, I'm like, what the fuck? What's the point? I don't understand.
Yeah, you paid that professor thousands of dollars so he could tell you, yeah, just use AI.
Yeah, just use AI. Job. It's like, oh my god, it's so draining because it's like because a part of me wants to learn stuff, but the other half is like, I don't know, it kind of like digs into like the fact that there's just so much busy work in education.
Yeah.
Like it would be like if it was like
just
a
so
final
bloat.
Yeah, there's just so much bloat. Like none of a lot of like what you do doesn't actually help you learn. It just like builds up your tolerance for bullshit, I guess. But like my tolerance gets thinner and thinner, as the years go on.
Yeah.
So like I just don't want to spend 20 plus hours hacking away at our studio when I don't have to.
Bro.
And then it's like you're not rewarded for like that's the other thing too, is like school as it works right now, it doesn't reward you for working hard as long as you just like do what is exactly asked of you and nothing more and nothing less. Then like that's all that's like needed, and then you get your degree.
You are the perfect cog in the machine. You can get an A.
Yeah, right. No, like if you become the perfect employee, I mean student, I mean slave, I mean shit, dang it.
Damn it.
Who cares? You're paying to be here. You know.
Yeah, you're paying
already.
to be here. Like, oh
Bro,
my god.
I think one of my biggest like teacher pet peeves, and I feel like you'll both completely understand this, are like the teachers who are like, oh, it's in the syllabus. Oh, you gotta check the syllabus.
Oh my god, no.
It's in the
I
syllabus.
also agree with that.
It's like, it's so many. Like, I thought it was maybe be like 1 or 2 teachers. No, it's like
It's
every
all of
other
them.
professor is like, don't talk to me, look at the syllabus.
Read the syllabus. No, it's so fucking annoying.
And they
And then I
don't
open the
include it.
syllabus and it's just like fucking nothing. It's just gibberish.
The first like 20 pages of every syllabus is like the student it's like the student handbook stuff, like the required info. Yeah, the copy pasted required, like here's what it means to be at school, here's your like how much your final is worth. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but like what do I need for this class? And it's like 8 pages down, like 1 bullet point, and that doesn't even cover everything.
Yeah,
I'm
just
like, all right.
calculator.
Calculator, except don't use it.
Nope,
don't use it for
allowed.
your final sometimes.
Dude,
unless
Why aren't we allowed to just use technology in school anymore? Like why can't we just do that?
I don't know.
I like how it didn't exist. It got introduced and everyone used it, and they're like, okay, this makes it too easy. Take it all back.
Yeah, take it away. Like I like there's the argument where it's like, okay, well, you need to make sure what you're teaching, like they know how to do it instead of like they're getting the machine to do it for them. But I don't know, like if the machine can do it for them constantly all the time anyway, then like maybe that's what I'm saying. Like then maybe like what does teaching it really add then? Like I feel like you could just teach the high level concepts and then go about it. I don't know. Maybe that's how you like get a Warhammer universe going where no one knows how technology works in like 7 centuries later because everyone does like it's been built before. But I don't know. Like it's just I don't know.
Because it's not like if you're teaching someone how to like ride a bike, you're like, okay, first I have to take the bike away and you have to learn how to walk. It's like, what? No, I know that part.
No, I know how to walk.
Like,
I can do simple addition.
No, exactly.
I can,
like
this part I got down. This part not hard. Give me the thing.
Yeah, give me the thing. Like, yeah, I already know how to walk. Yeah, do you know how to walk? Walk up to Mount Everest. It's like, no, wait, what? It's like, wait, they just walk up there. Like, wait a minute.
This is Bike 101. The lesson here, so you can learn how to bike 5 miles. Step 1, you need to be able to walk 5 miles.
You need to be able to walk 10 miles, and then we can get to the bike.
And then I can give you the thing that'll make all of this way easier.
Well, and then we go to the scooter.
No, yeah.
And then to the car and the plane.
Yeah, and then once you get your pilot's license, we can start on the bike.
Yeah, exactly.
I've had a course that I feel like this like fits like a fucking glove because in the second semester of the first year you get to choose. You have 1 obligatory a course you have to take, and then you have to choose from 4 from a wide selection. And I chose one that was services and media applications. My head, media or multimedia is it would be essentially be working around because the description was to work around with like editing photos and videos and whatnot. And in my mind, I was like, okay, this is awesome. Because I get to learn more because I've already had the media chair before and it was working around Photoshop Sony Vegas video editing, and all that stuff. And I was like, okay, this is cool because this is something that interests me. I got to the first class, and it was essentially like the most sluggish, slow-paced, boring fucking class where my teacher just prof just turned the slides and just read off the bastards like over and over and over again. And I was like, bro, I'm getting nothing out of this. I'm looking at like her explaining all these processes that have nothing to do with like what work I have to do. And what I came to realize, because she was like, oh, you guys will need to turn in every week. You'll need to turn in a small homework. And this homework would be around editing, like, oh, take this image, reduce its saturation by 10%, and also make it blurry by this percentage, and encode it in this fucking in this format. And I shit you not, like in my mind, I'm like, okay, this is fine. I slapped this on Photoshop. I know how to do this, and they usually provide the software. They wanted me to write code to edit the images like automatically, and I'm like, why?
Bruh.
I have at least 6 different softwares at hand that I can slap the fucking image, shit out the edited image, and no one would ever be none the wiser. Why the fuck would I have to do this? And this is all of the weekly works, by the way. It would be write code to do this, and I'm like, but why though? It makes no sense. It's adding 15 different steps because I have to analyze the image, write the code, look up the code, because she won't fucking teach me, because all she's doing is reading off the fucking PowerPoint. That's essentially giving all these different processes, but not explaining how they work. And I just have to fucking bullshit my way through. And I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna do this. Like, I would much rather just like go next year and take a different course than do something that's actually completely pointless for the sake of being pointless. I'm like, okay, then I'll just say fuck it. I'll take another course because this is nothing of what they promised me. I'm not gonna overcomplicate 15 steps for no reason.
It's funny you talk about getting an assignment that you think is dumb and stupid and you could cheat. So I had a class like I think very early on, like pre-associates, baby class. And it was one of those final, like I feel like with a final, you should allow some freedom to the student, like just some wiggle room, so you can like, find a point in the class. It had none of that. It was like I had to talk to a person in this job profession and get them to answer these questions and all this. And I took that very personally, and I was like, I'm not going to interview someone. I'm going to make someone and interview myself to spite them.
Okay.
I faked, I don't remember what profession I had to do. I think it was like veterinarian or something. And I made up a person. I said they were a vet in like Africa. And I made an email for them, and I found a picture of just like a random person line, and I put it all on there.
Oh my god.
And I literally made like a Emma blah blah blah, and I replied to myself.
Me.
I think before I met you, this is like I was just alone. I'm like, I have to fight back. I have to. And I emailed myself back and forth for like 30 emails, so I would have the screenshots. And then I submitted it, and I was like, yep, this is my interview. I interviewed someone. They're real. And then I kept checking that person, the fake email that I made, to make sure they didn't get one from my professor, like, hey, are you a real human?
Let me guess, they never did.
And I was like, they never did, and I got like an A. And I'm like, I fucking knew it. I knew I could scam that person. There's no reason outside of just like, I could do this, and I'm going to prove that it can be done.
Oh my god. That reminds me as well, like, so in our master's program, okay, like the final projects for our coding projects are due so late, like they're due right before the teaching semester ends. And like the grades, like the way it works at UCLA anyway, is like the way it works is like you have to submit your grades at a certain point in time in the system. And then they'll just like stop accepting like new grades. Like you can't. So like they have like these overworked like TAs, like that, like like these like young TAs in their like mid-20s are like this is like they have like 3 different classes they manage on top of their part-time job, on top of like their commutes on whatever. Like they like I'm just realizing like this project is due 2 days before the deadline. There is no way they are going through every line of code properly to properly grade all of our assignments of like 50 plus classes, like 50 plus people in our class. So, and like once I realized that, I was like, wait, as long as like it runs and doesn't immediately crash, I'm pretty sure they'll just give you an A, because like there's no way to tell every individual that they're doing it exactly how you wanted to. And sure enough, it's been going pretty well so far. I mean, I still hit all the points in case, but I'm like, there's no feedback. There's like hardly any feedback on the final projects. I'm like, yeah, I wonder why, because I barely looked at it. They just made sure it ran, and then it ran, and it was like, okay, great, you get an A, you know, so no one complains basically.
I like how students, it appears that we've got a pretty good test group here, that you can just tell if you can angle shoot a project. You can start to detect it.
You're right. Yep. We all, and that was the funny thing, because like we have lunch every other like week or so. We have like lunch together with the students, and that's all we talk about is like how to angle shoot everything. And just like, you know what, this TA is nice. They don't have a lot of time to grade it. Just make sure we use this function instead of this function, and we're just like min-maxing these projects. We're like, yep. Am I learning any of the actual material? I don't think so. We're just learning how to like game the system, you know? So it's like awesome. That's so cool.
I just want the diploma so I can get paid. That's
no, exactly. They're teaching me how to be
most of college is just like, how badly can I bullshit my way through it at some point?
Is that not
when you go in, at least at least like in my experience, my what's for the masters? What do you guys call it? It's like undergrad. Is that it?
For masters, we call it masters.
Yeah.
No. You have like something, and then you have masters.
Yeah. Bachelors.
Yeah. My bachelor's, the start of my bachelor's was, I am completely locked the fuck in. I'm gonna fucking ace everything. I'm gonna do my best because I'm fucking paying money for this shit. And through like the first semester and the first year was all fine. Second year, COVID hit, started falling a little bit. Third year was just, and currently the masters at some point was like, okay, how can I fucking bullshit my way through this? How can I make sure that I like pass while doing the fucking least amount of work and getting the least amount of trouble? Like, can I cut corners here? Yeah, cool, fine. Oh, I'll take a 65%. It's almost 70%. You know.
Yeah, I want to
like that. Yeah, it's just enough to pass. I mean, fuck it, whatever. I just want my fucking diploma so I can get done with the shit like once and for all.
You had something else, Hugh, that you said that I want to circle back to. You were talking about like some classes that aren't as like useful, aren't as helpful.
Yeah,
that shit. Like, I don't know why every degree has this, where it's like, all these, analysis or like physics, all this makes sense, and then out of nowhere, it's like, oh, but you need a language credit. Oh, but you need like PE credit, and it's like, what? Huh?
Oh my god, I've been fortunate in at least in the UK, they don't really do that. Like once you're in a physics degree, you're not required to take like English, you're not required to take chemistry. So I'm very curious to hear this. So like as a history major, Smug, you had to take like fucking
Bro,
English.
I had to take a calculus class.
You had to take a calculus.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
what? It's so dumb. What do you mean you're doing?
Why am I here?
All right, this is the derivative.
This major so I don't have to do this.
I'm like, what? that makes like actually zero sense to me. Like, what the fuck?
I had to take a like welcome to campus class. Like it was mandatory. They're like, you cannot get your associates unless you take this. And I'm like, but you could take it whenever. So I didn't even know until I had done like a year worth of class. And then they're like, oh, by the way, you have to take this still. And I'm like, what does it do? They're like, oh, it tells you about the campus. Huh?
So that one doesn't make sense. But what I was gonna say is specifically with I think America is they kind of just assume no one knows what the fuck they want to do ever.
Yeah.
So they put you into a bunch of classes like math or sciences or all that as generals to kind of force you to open your mind up to different things. But at a certain point, when you're at your second, third, fourth year doing
in college,
history,
I think you are pretty locked in on what subjects you do and don't like.
Yeah, like you would think, but no, because when I was doing game design and art, I had to fucking take math, I had to take English, I had to take all this shit. I'm like, I don't fucking need to know calculus ever. I'm trying to draw games.
is like the entry classes are actually like middle school. Like,
yeah,
straight up. Like,
wait, really? Oh my god.
My calculus, like pre-associates, I'm not kidding you. Week 1 was mean, median, and mode. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, okay, bro, I actually did this in like the 3rd grade. Straight up. What?
Even
Dude,
that.
That's another thing too, is like so many classes, even though like if you take all the right courses, they still overlap like crazy. Like I get like covering the basics, but like by my 3rd year of my physics degree, we were still talking about vectors and like the basics of a vector in the first like couple weeks. And I'm just like, dude, I get it. We got to cover the basics, make sure everyone's like up to date again. But also, like, I just feel like I feel like it's filler material at this point. Like, there's just no reason we should be even being tested on this stuff anymore. Like, this should just be like a warm up homework you do before you, like, you know, after summer. But no, and it still happens in my master's program too, where like a bunch of coding assignments overlap the same thing. Like, okay, so here's when we're talking about how we take the average of stuff here. I'm like, okay, like I know what an average is. You know, I've been knowing what an average is since 6th grade. Like, I just, oh my fucking god.
You know what's crazy? When I was in college, it was like 2019, I think is what it was. I was taking a coding class. The coding class was going to go from like basics all the way up to like coding in Unreal. I think it was 4 at the time or whatever it was. Fucking the starting part of it, they forced us to code in a dead language known as fucking Flash. I had to learn to draw, animate, and code in Flash after they had already announced that it was going to go away like within the year.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, why? What's the point? I'm going to learn to do this and then immediately need to forget it because it's not helpful in any other coding language. It works on its own and it's fucking horrible coding language.
Dude.
So I've found out that the university I go to has had Japanese as like a language class for like a million years. But for a while they took it off the list and it wouldn't give you a language credit. But they were still offering the class to people. And only this year did they re-enable it. So like, thank God, that made my life a little easier. I was like, I was talking to the teacher about it. I'm like, did you have students in the past that were like pissed about this? And they were like, yeah, pretty much at the end, like she would open every year with like, hey guys, this isn't your language credit. This is like a for fun only. This isn't required for anything right now. And then she was like, yeah. And then the next day, like 20% of my class would be gone, if not more, every time.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, so, because I'm like, it's a language class. Why was it not counting? And they're like, I don't know.
I
don't know. I think we fucking know here?
Nah,
I'm like, it's a language. What?
I'm just getting paid.
What?
That's it.
It was on the list. We took it off. We put it back on. We're just like, just doing random shit for fun. Is that what we're doing?
No, like what?
I would be pissed. I would be part of that 20%.
I heard that taking foreign languages in college is actually like the most miserable thing too, because like I was talking to a colleague like during my undergrad, and I was just like, yeah, I don't know, I wish I was taking Chinese because I took a lot of Chinese in high school. I kind of wanted to keep up with it or whatever. And then I wasn't even talking to him. I was just talking to one of my friends near him, and he went out of his way to say, don't. I took Spanish. It's the worst mistake I've ever made. Do not take a foreign language during your fucking time here. I'm like, okay, I guess it sucks too.
Smug can actually tell you.
Oh yeah, the first time. So this is a really cool thing. My language credit didn't get to transfer when I swapped
you have to
unis
retake
after my
your
associates. Yeah, so that's like really cool and awesome. But my first Japanese professor called me and a student out. Like, you guys are cheating. Just like, huh? And
No way.
we collaborated. We were like, hey, we have to do this Japanese homework. Not a test, by the way. Not like in class peeking at one another. Like outside of class, we were working together. Because it's fucking Japanese and we speak English. And she was like, this is plagiarism. I could take this to the dean right now and get you both like expelled. And we were like, it's not even like the same answers. We just used like similar formatting that we figured out together. And it was just, I was like, there's no way I'm getting in trouble in a language class for talking about the language of a class. There's no way. I refuse. And it is unreal how insane it gets.
What about your experiences now? Because you're retaking it.
My experiences right now is it's like I'm got sent back to fucking kindergarten. I'm like learning the ABCs, and I can't do anything about it because my credit didn't transfer, and you aren't allowed to take advanced classes without the credit.
Wait, you're not?
They're like, oh, you can't. Yeah,
there's not
oh,
like a test you can
Japanese. Take. Nope.
Oh my god.
They're like, there is a test, but you need the credit.
What?
So like, if I transferred and my credit counted, I would have taken the test, and they would have seen if I was like eligible. But they're like, it doesn't matter if you took the class or not. You need the credit.
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
Right there.
Yeah. I'm like, so okay. And so yeah, I'm just redoing the alphabet right now. Every homework assignment takes like 20 seconds. It's god, it's so cool. It's so awesome.
That kind of reminds me of like one of the first classes I took was a history of science class, and I thought it was going to be, you know, a history or a science class, hence the name. But no, it was more of a social studies slash it was more of a social studies like psychology class, where like we kind of just learned about the different methods of the scientific method, but you had to write like argumentative papers about like what you think like this paradigm shift, you know, what do you think really caused it, and you know, more like opinionated pieces, not really based off like, you know, the scientific method, more about like, I guess it was more of a history paper where like you would just take a bunch of like history sources and you were like, all right, so based off of these first and secondhand sources, this is what I think like caused this to happen, or like this reflects about a shift like about this ideology. And I swear PTSD. To like I bet I'm giving Smug PTSD over here.
Oh my god. I have this shit due like in 3 days. This is just
dude, like, it's fucking awful. And I swear to God, I'm not kidding. I'm probably coping, but I swear I was on a list to like, I was destined to fail this class because they needed a minimum amount of requirement of people to fail the class to keep the class up. I swear to God, I was on the list to keep me from passing this one because I showed up to every lecture and I tried so fucking hard to write about like Dolly the sheep and like a bunch of other bullshit connecting to like DNA and like human transformation or whatever. And like they would not pass me. Like I like, and because in the UK, like 80% of your grade is the final. Like you have like a couple homework assignments, but like all of it is on the final. So like I did the homework assignments, I did the final, failed the final the first time, and then I show up to an interview to like the guy that runs the course or whatever, and I was like 1 point off failing, and I'm like, hey, is there like any way we can let that 1 point slide? Like I know like there's like, I've showed up to classes, I'm a good student, I've passed all my other classes, like I promise I'm not a delinquent that's just like drinking his sorrows away every night, you know, and not showing up to lectures. And you know, even if you are, you know, power to you, man, you know, you do whatever you want. But like
yeah, I feel nothing but envy for those people.
No.
I wish I was allowed.
Dude, bro, so side note, I had so many roommates that were like, they spent all of their disposable income on like drinking, and I was like, dude, I don't understand. Like, I must be so much fun to not care that much at all.
Bro,
and I'm just like paranoid about missing classes and shit. So like,
I think there are secret majors that if you pick them, you can just do what you want.
It's called like
all my classes. They're like, if you miss 3, I'm going to fail you.
No,
and
exactly.
I see these people and they're like, "Oh, I haven't gone to class in like 2 months, and I have a B."
I think that was it. He was a philosophy major, so like maybe that's the secret.
Yeah.
That's the secret.
It was just his philosophy to not go.
It was. I don't. It's morally incorrect, professor, for me to show up here based off my values. Like, but like, sorry. Anyway, I was ranting about. What was I ranting about? I already lost track. Oh dang it.
Doomed to fail.
Oh, doomed to fail. So, like, I take the exam the first time, fail it. Tell him I really don't think I should fail this class. And he's like, okay, well, take the resit in the summer. You know, you basically like you take another exam before the classes start. If you pass it, you don't have to do it again. So then I took it and I failed it again by like 1 point. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, am I doing something fundamentally wrong? I kept looking at the feedback. I'm like, I don't understand. I feel like I'm providing all this like these points for my arguments or whatever. And then I had to take the exam a third time. And finally, they just passed me with like above a passing. It was like within like a 60 over in the UK is like a B. And it's like fine.
What?
Yeah. A 40 is passing in the UK.
What?
So like you're not.
Scam. I'm moving.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, I'm moving.
Yeah, 40% is passing. At least in the University of Edinburgh. I'm pretty sure that's the standard though for like most.
I'm sending my application right now.
But like, isn't that crazy? They're like, if you do everything right, you are not even expected to get more than half of the points on your test. I feel like that's ridiculous. I'm like, what do you like? A 40% is like nice, you did it. I'm like, what? I did it. I mean, obviously, like if you want to get honors, which I ended up getting, you have to get like 70s, and that's still like I don't know. I think that's crazy.
Easy.
Like yeah, no, but like it makes it like the questions are ridiculously hard. Like you're not expected to get more than half of them right. Is like the crazy
for when
thing.
you
most
are.
probably won't.
Except for when you are, and you most likely won't. Like the professors themselves will like, you know, it's like, oh, if you get like above a 70, it's like, okay, you're like, you should be teaching the class type shit. Yeah, I'm like, all right, well, like what the, like I don't
All right,
like
pass the pen.
pass the pen. All right, I'll show you how it's done.
Sit your ass down.
I'm a go-to teacher. I got this.
That took a little adjustment too because like I didn't really get that. So like going from high school getting like 80s and 90s and then my first exam I get back is a 50. I'm like, I thought I was dead. I'm like, oh, I guess I'm going homeless. I guess it's over.
Yeah.
That's the crushing fucking like feeling of exams too. Like I don't like I know at the moment it really doesn't matter, but like I don't know, it kind of feels like my whole life is on the line. I'm putting all this money on the line. I'm putting like a potential career pivot and it's all gonna lie on like one paper. Like really?
Yeah,
like,
it's hey, I really want this is my dream job. I would love to have this. If I don't get this piece of paper, I am actually boxed out of it forever and then hopeless.
No, exactly. It's like all of your
become a YouTuber.
Dude, no, like, listen, that's like part of why I started doing YouTube. I'm not even kidding. Is because like after I graduated, I was like, I have no idea what the fuck I want to do, and I'm not getting like I'm applying to all these jobs. The job market's ass too. Oh my god, it's a whole other department to talk about. But like, I'm not getting any like acceptance letters. I got ghosted on several different interviews, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna make YouTube videos in the meantime, like while I shoot out job apps. Because I don't want to go back into retail because that fucking sucked too. Yeah. And I was like, I went to too much school to do retail, but like that's such a common thing that happens too. Is like you go to school, you come out of it, and you're like, I can't get a job in the thing I got a degree for, so I'm gonna do something else that pays the bills.
The amount
and then
of people
you're just like,
at my job that have like masters or like even just bachelors, and I'm sitting here fucking uneducated, working my way up faster than any of them have.
Bro, it's so crazy when you find out one of your like coworkers at like some, I don't want to say like a low tier job, but like a customer service something. Right. And they're like, I have a PhD in this, I have a master's in that.
No, yeah, I was at a Starbucks once and I was talking to like the cashier and she was like, I was like, oh, so what do you do? She's like, yeah, I'm getting my PhD. I'm like, what? What are you doing here? And and she's like, I'm here to pay the bills. I'm like, okay, I guess it's doomed for me. Maybe that's when I realized I'm like, I gotta get out now.
Oh shit! I gotta have a fallback. This is
the final boss. Like this is it. Oh my god!
I can't wait.
When I first got my high school job, the register supervisor at my work, not even like he didn't even get the manager title. He had a PhD in zoology.
What the? Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah.
What can you do with that though?
Yeah,
like
it's almost the same as like philosophy, and I think like most like philosophy and art majors are the most that are like.
No, he was really like
it's a very risky market that you're going into because like philosophy. How many like philosophy teachers are like that you need, right? Like the job market is like not really asking, and especially for like the artists, unless you're like super good at what you do, you are essentially relying on like other people to get what you do.
Yeah.
Right. And if you don't, then it's like, you're back to Starbucks, I guess.
Art is just another form of retail.
Yeah. In a sense, yeah.
That's what's really funny about history. Because like in history, it's like one of the things that you talk about is like there's not that many like different professions. There's like teacher, museum curator, stuff like that. And so like all the professors were like, listen, you'll hear this. You'll hear like there are no jobs in history. He's like, you don't understand. It is like we fuel ourselves. Like if you're a history major, you could just work for another history major, talking to other history majors, and you just all pay one another, and it goes in a big fucking circle. You write a book based off books that you bought from someone else, and someone's gonna buy your book as a reference for their book, and then their book's gonna go for someone else.
That's kind of fucking awesome, honestly.
Yeah.
It's almost like YouTube a little bit, like content creation. Like once you all kind of once you all make a name for yourselves, you just kind of like latch off each other and make content with each other. Yeah. And then you're like, oh sweet, let's print money.
And it's like a big thing. It's like if you get 2 or 3 people and you all work on a project, that's 2 or 3 big names, and then you can just sell that book a million times.
I had The roommate I roomed with for a couple of years was a history major as well. He was like, his final was like about Japanese history, some like world history stuff. I thought it was kind of cool, but he was talking about that as well. He's like, no, he's like, one of the places apparently that history majors are actually revered in is like France. Apparently in France, like history majors are seen as like a higher art form. Like that's like a thing you can aspire to be over there. So I guess if you study up on your French, I guess you're doing
this
all right.
motherfucker is going to Japan.
I'd rather
yeah.
die.
This motherfucker's trying to go teach English in Japan.
Amen, brother.
See, like at least with history, like I feel like well, I feel like you kind of have to teach it though, because like there's so much different context and different nuances, and like a lot of stuff you have to like look at any particular moment when you're studying like why people acted the way they did, because you can't really know. So you're doing a lot of different reading, a lot of different like critical thinking skills. But I feel like
all of it is like interpretation. It's like you have to collect as many random facts and everything possible and try and figure out just like how did this all fit together? How did we get to this certain point?
How can we make sense of it? Like, how does this make sense?
How do we not do this again? Ah, shit, we're doing it again.
Oh,
fuck, we did it again.
That reminds me.
It's happening.
There was a music history essay I wrote in one of my projects. It was about like it was studying like hymns, like one of the oldest pieces of like music literature, like why people wrote certain things the way they did. And I don't remember my argument specifically, but the feedback I got for it, like I had like 3 different like major points to hit during my essay, and the professor, I thought was kind of funny. He was like, yeah, pretty good essay. I don't know why you started with your weakest argument. Your argument at the beginning really sucked, but like the rest of the essay was actually pretty good. So like, here you go. You get a nice like 65. I was like, what? It's just like, man, why? I liked how he was like, I don't know why you started with your weakest. I'm like, well, I didn't know it was my weakest. I thought it was a pretty good argument.
I thought it was pretty decent.
Yeah, that's why I started with it, because I thought it was a good one. I was like, oh, dang it. Yeah. I'm glad he read the rest of it, though, because he didn't just chuck it away. Like, oh my god.
Mine was also similar. When I turned in my final presentation for my bachelor's, I turned in the thing. It was like 30 something pages, and he was reading through it. And I remember I brought a copy to him, and he looked at it. He started reading it a little bit, and then he didn't move his head. He shut his eyes to me, frowned, cackled a bit, and then kept reading. I was like, oh no.
Not the cackle.
I was like, oh no.
That's a good one.
What did I do? Oh no.
It's like when the teacher walks by, looks at your test. Guys, remember to read every question.
Yeah. He's talking to me, isn't he?
So
Guys, question number 7's a hard one. Make sure you look at that one really carefully.
They're tapping your desk.
Look again. Please, if you wrote B, you're a dumbass. Like, please read it again.
Guys, make sure you spell your name correctly. Tapping desk furiously.
Oh my god. That was the most stressful part of any exam, I swear to God, was like writing down your like student ID properly, and like your first,
like there was no.
Bro, putting the amount of times I put my first name in the last name column is pissing me off thinking about it. Because like, because in the UK it was pretty standard to like address you as last name first, because it was an international school. So like last name first name, I got it backwards like half the time. It's like, oh god, I'm gonna fail. They're gonna fail me because they can't find Boyle Nathaniel. They can't find it. Yeah. It's like, oh shit, it's over. So.
Whoa, wait, just docs? Do I have to censor that?
Oh. I guess shit. I didn't really think about that.
That's been leaked a couple of times.
My name's out there. I think that's like fine. Right. I don't really. Sooner or later, people are gonna.
I'm telling you,
not doing the. I like how you offered though.
There's only one time I censored anything, and it's because of fucking Smug.
I was about. Is it because Smug said something?
Oh no!
I'll say it again. I know what it was.
I'll say it again. No, I feel like if I'm gonna have like if I'm gonna keep doing online stuff, I don't really like people are gonna find out sooner or later. And
I was gonna say, I think your name is like out.
It doesn't really bother me that much as long as like what I've said doesn't prevent me from getting hired. I don't think it will though. So like, I don't think
being associated with me, that'll do it.
Yeah,
to you,
no, it will.
And it's over.
So I'm like radioactive.
You've been in this podcast episode with Smug AB.
If they do that much effort to like find stuff I've said that was like kind of dodgy, I'll be like, hey man, you must really want me like to like actually go through this much effort. I respect that.
Like hop off. Like,
watch an entire podcast that you
were on it.
If they could directly connect you to me, that's a no-go.
Yeah,
that's a
no-go.
I don't think
you want that
one. It's like, sorry, second cousins, friends, wives, neighbor. That's just too close. We can't risk that.
Yeah, nope.
That's too dangerous.
Damn, wait, you're a human being like him? I don't know, man. That's a little too close to home. That's a little too close to comfort.
Oh, wait, both males? Ooh,
you're the same species, same gender? Uh-oh, that's a little too close. So.
You're both white?
Both of you are white. Oh
he's
my
white.
God. He's white. Every time I turn on my face cam, there's someone in chat. He's white.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm someone.
That's you.
I was
Yeah,
say,
just
who the hell?
comedic genius.
That's me. That's me. I swear, one of these days you're gonna open the camera. It's gonna be like, he's black.
No, ever since I've been doing.
Please don't.
Ever since please don't. Ever since I've been doing, that would be so funny if I was able to get like a different friend of mine, and it's just a completely different skin tone. It's just like, yeah, I'm Nate. You know, I'm just
I
a normal
thought you
guy.
were
It's
about
like,
to say it would be funny if I could paint my face black.
Oh no!
No, I was like, no, it
No, I
wouldn't.
don't think you
Nate.
could do
It
that.
wouldn't be funny.
I don't think you could do that one.
Listen, it'd be funny. I don't think other people would find it equally as funny as we do.
I think you should do it. I'm hearing a great idea.
Listen, I do as well, but considering
I don't know what these haters are on about. I'm here to be a good friend and say I think you have a good idea. You should do this.
No, yeah, it's just exhausting the amount of busy work they make you do in school, and then like, and like, it feels like none of it, like, the teachers don't really care. Like, a lot of them are grading the work just to have it graded, and like, you have to put in so much effort. Like, I'm sure, like, part of me, like, when I was earlier talking about like how I was enrolled in like 2 different classes when I didn't have to be. Like, if I went the extra mile and checked up on everything 3 times over, and then like I wouldn't have been in that situation. But like, I don't know, you're asking like a young adult who doesn't know what he wants to do in life to like do so much work, and it's like, you know, I don't know, I'm already stressed about a lot of stuff as it is. Like, I think they expect like it's like 80% of the work is expected to be on the student, and I just don't really know if that's like how it should be, you know.
I feel like it's way more. I feel like it's actually maybe 100.
It might,
like,
you know, it might
don't
be.
actively
like
try and find someone,
plus.
they will not reach out to you about anything ever. And
Yeah, 100%. They will
T-boned by something that you have no idea is going to be a problem.
Exactly. It's like you said, you have the blindfold on, and if you're running into a wall, they will not stop you. Like, they don't.
No.
They will see you running into the wall, and they're like, well, you know, I guess he wants to run into the wall. It's like, no, I don't. I don't know where I'm going. Like, oh my god. So
I think I've done this before when I was signing into my classes. I signed into all of my classes through their and I will not stress this ever enough. Signing through the classes or circling through the entire university website is hell. That website was made 20 plus years ago and has not had an update ever. Trying to find out where everything is, it's like, oh, you have to go to this page to then go to this page to then go to this page, and on the right there should be like one of the options there. And after signing into the classes, I did that. I signed into the classes, and then I got the schedule back, and I only had like one class, and I was like, well, this is odd, but they must be still doing like getting all the classes together because it's second semester. There's like 50 different courses, and they must be like getting all the times correct and shit. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm in the WhatsApp group with like a lot of other university students, and they were like talking about like how the intro classes go and whatever. And I was like, oh, well, that's odd because I didn't have any, so I was like, that's weird. I know I signed in, but that's fine. Like not even like on the second day they kept talking about it, and I was like, okay, just as like small, just like a small precaution. Let's contact the university to see if there was anything wrong or whatever. Just to check it, to sleep well, to know that I'm not like missing vital classes or whatnot right in the beginning, and then whenever I get back into classes, I'll be so late that I will never be able to catch up. I hit up the university, and they were like, I asked them like, oh, I didn't receive my schedules. So is anything wrong? And they were like, oh, so it turns out. It shows here that your sign up is incomplete, and I was like, okay, how is it incomplete? Because I know I selected everything, and they're like, oh yeah, but we forgot to mention that you had because you have to select like you have to go to your sign up sheet and you have to manually add additional course, and you have to do 4 courses, each worth 6 credits each. So you have to add one and then add another and then add another. What I did was I went there and they said that I needed to have enough credits, enough courses to sum up to 24. So I added to add an additional course for 24 credits. And I was like, okay, no, that's fine. Why did no one tell me though? So what you're telling me is if I didn't reach out and say, is anything wrong? No one would have told me that my sign up was incomplete. No one would have told me that I'm not taking any classes, and no one would have told me that that there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the system. They know that it's wrong with the system, and they don't tell me anything. So if I didn't reach out by curiosity to so that I could sleep well, I would have just been essentially fucking myself over, because I'd be still paying for the university. I just wouldn't be attending any classes or having any classes at all.
Yeah, like it just.
I was like, okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
I was like, like, I feel like all this would be solved. Like, that's another thing. Like, we're always worrying about other stuff besides the classes themselves. Like, are we enrolled in the right classes? Am I taking the right amount of credits? Like, if the TAs or whoever's involved with, like, looking over the students, I feel like all that we need is, like, an email that says, you're all set, nothing else you need to do, you're good to go. You don't ever get that in any administration I've ever been in, where, like, the only thing you get is like, hey, your loan has been certified. That's the only. I'm like, oh, awesome. I'm down the drain. That's all I get certification on. Is that I've spent my money.
There goes my money.
But like, I just need someone like on their side to be like, hey, so like we just checked your account. You're good to go. Green mark. Have a great semester. That's it. Like that's all I need. But they don't do that. They only email you when it's too late or like right before it's too late. And it's like, all right, that's awesome.
You have to sign up, pay, and then just hope everything works out, and when you show up, they call your name for attendance.
That's how you know when you walk in your first day and your name's on the list. You're like, okay, thank God. Oh, thank God.
And there's like actually no way to really know up until literally that point. Like you have to, unless you reach out and beg, like, please, can you tell me if I'm in my fucking class? Please, please, please.
Exactly. Like, oh my God, it's such a nightmare. Anyone love using their university websites? Oh my God, they're like made by fucking torture devices. They're made by like torture experts.
Right?
They still use the
every college
website
website just a fucking brick.
Design.
It's just a brick. It always crashes too. Like I swear to God, it's about to go down for maintenance every time it's exam season. They're like, hey, so I know you're actively trying to use our websites for your resources that are only all located here. Oh, it's down for maintenance right now. I'm like, that's so awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
They just added 2-factor authentication to their like online class where like online website and everything, which is like, first of all, 2025, that shit should have been here fucking 10 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Second of all, it only tracks one device. So if I get on my PC, I have to redo it. If I get on my laptop, I have to do it. If I want to check on my phone, I do it. And it's like, if I'm just trying to look at my class emails on my phone, I have to fucking 2-factor authentication. I then take out my laptop when I walk into that class. I open it. I have to redo it. It is mind-boggling. I'm like, you won't remember the device for 30 days or anything. I just have to do this every time for the rest of time.
No, and I swear to God, I have a thing like that too, the 2-factor authentication, where it's like, remember this PC. I check the box. That thing doesn't do anything. I swear to God, back end fucking fucked up. It doesn't do anything. You have to sign in with the dual factor every single time. And it just, you're spending, I'm spending fucking hours throughout the semester just logging in. Oh my God.
I've had to like confirm my 2-factor authentication because like they recently they also just set it up like on a couple of months back. I got an email. They were like, okay, you're gonna need to have an authenticated app to add to FA. And I was like, okay, that's fine. That's whatever. I believe again this should have been standard procedure like a couple of years back. We've been having this for a long time, but it's fine. The problem is that this is to my Outlook email for the university to receive the university emails, and the problem is that the university email, and this is a setting that I can't turn off, unfortunately. It times me out if I'm not touching it for 10 minutes. What this means is if I have it open because I want to check like, oh, you need to do something on your on the uni website. I go to the uni website, I start working on whatever I need to do. If I take more than 10 minutes, the Outlook automatically logs off. And if I want to log back in again, I have to pick up the fucking phone to look for the shitty 2FA code, type it in again. And sometimes, and I mean sometimes, I mean like easily 80% of the time, when I log in, I type in the 2FA, it says, oh, logging you out. And then it logs me out, and I have to put the code again. It's disgusting. It's completely fucking stupid, pointless, and it doesn't even fucking work. I was like, okay, that's awesome. It's just an inconvenience. I have to pick up the phone every single time I want to check my emails.
I think we're really selling people on going to college.
It's great.
Today.
Go to college.
Yeah, I think our goal here.
Actually, no.
Yeah,
do
go to college.
Do what my little brother did. Go to a fucking trade school. That shit's fucking streamlined as all hell. He fucking went for like 6 months. He went to go be a welder, and now he's making fucking $50 an hour.
But like, I'm trying to think of like one nice thing to say about college, like that's like directly tied to. I'm like, I can't say like the people I meet there because you can meet people anywhere.
No, exactly.
I'm trying to think of like one thing.
I think it's okay if like you want to change something drastically in your life and you have a new career in your mind, and like I still think there is some merit to like dedicating yourself to like learning a new craft, and like even if you're doing all the fucking work and deal with this whole massive fucking headache. I don't know, it's like a streamlined approach that has some merit behind it.
But even then, like as long as you know where to start, you don't need to go to college. You can just find that shit. Like the only thing it does is it gets you a quote unquote foot in the door for jobs, and even then it doesn't do that well.
I mean, like lately, that's like that. Even that's like kind of falling apart. The recent news is
it's
like
slowly becoming standard. It becomes less and less special as time goes on.
It's just I just wish it wasn't like so pushed on the younger generation to like us, where it's like you go to college or you die
too.
And it's America as well. Yeah, like trade schools and trades and all that good stuff. That is like decently accepted in other countries. I know in the UK, it was like it's pretty normal in the UK to just drop out of college and like pursue something. I had a roommate that did that. They went through their second year, and then I was like, hey man, I noticed you weren't showing up to Overwatch scrims because we were all in the same like esports team. And he was like, oh yeah, I didn't tell you. I dropped out. I was like, oh, you're just not here anymore. Oh, damn. All right. That's fair enough, man. Good luck or whatever. But like, yeah, it's like you said, there's other ways to like make your career work. And like, I think it's just been overwhelming to like learn over time that like, if you spend your time, chasing your passions that, and your passions aren't hidden behind a uni wall. Like I don't think that's really the case. And it kind of seems like it is when you're growing up, but I don't think it is.
No.
Maybe
not anymore.
So
because like I think what people lacked most that we do have a lot of now is that back then we didn't have a lot of outlets to we didn't have a lot of people with enough experience to like guide you through the world, and this school gives you the impression that the university is gonna do that. But as time goes on, you realize that it's not really necessary, because I said this from my own like experience. I absolutely did not need to take this master's. I took it because out of either personal achievement, and again, it helps in the job market. But I am fully aware that I could have never went to college. I could have never finished my bachelor's, and I could have probably gotten a good job, because at the end of the day, the diploma speaks. The portfolio speaks louder.
Yeah.
If I 100%. Do either small projects, little knickknacks that can like save people, or something that can like less inconvenience people's lives, then again it speaks to a certain extent. It speaks louder than just having a diploma. Like, oh, you took a master's at this university, cool. What'd you do with it though? I was like, oh, I don't know. I just spawned.
To ask.
I just spawned out of college, man.
You weren't, but yeah, I was like, this paper doesn't just give me the job. It's like, no, I need to know, like,
your skills. Are you good?
What's your worth?
No, skills. I'm like, skills. I'm good at bullshitting.
I'm good at
like
taking a class.
I'm really good at bullshitting through.
I mean, I can show you like the
university.
YouTube channel, but
I can show you. Yeah, here's my portfolio. Here's all the videos I've
400
made.
videos.
Listen, I can show you my rank in League of Legends. That's like.
No,
no, he only got
please don't pull
diamond.
that one
Yeah,
out.
he only got diamond. That's whatever.
I diamond
I just think in
too.
general.
Diamond
Okay,
two.
I'm almost masters.
Hold
You know,
up.
10 wins away. All right.
Okay,
So like,
wait,
you know,
10 wins in a row?
10 wins. If I win 10 in a row, I'm masters.
luck.
So I'm just
Good
saying.
luck.
It's as close
Yeah,
as it
Bro,
gets.
I'm rooting for
And
you.
he can also show his
thanks, man.
Marvel Rivals.
I could show them Hearthstone GT. Dude, the rival season is the worst. I know this is about school. Now we're talking about gaming, but like
It's to be
wrapping
expected.
I have completely given up on playing ranked, almost entirely, just because like I cannot fathom the matchmaking that's going on behind the scenes in rivals.
Yeah,
like it's been
quit
miserable.
ranked
I quit. Yeah, I quit ranked in rivals too. It's just been miserable. Like I'm consistently doing double, triple the damage of my other DPS on my team, and we still lose. And I'm just like, I don't know what more you want from me, man. Like I'm walking in Squirrel Girl every game. I'm doing 50k damage, and my second guy's doing 17k. I'm like, I don't know
But
anymore.
like every game I would just hold tab and like, yep, I'm highest in like every stat that I need to be by like a lot. I'm like, what more am I supposed to fucking do here?
No, literally, and it's
I'm gonna
just like
lose a 9th game in a row because I have another lever, another drooler, something.
and then I'm like, what
I
am I
have a
even doing?
Spider-Man one trick who has one kill.
I'm so tired of seeing Spider-Man's every other game. There's a Spider-Man. It's like, dude, I know you're not gonna do anything.
They just want to
bro.
clip farm.
And then after all,
Spider-Man.
and then all of it's like, and for what? Like, I'm not even streaming this. I'm not even like going to be a rivals content creator. Like,
Why am I doing this, man?
no, like I got so mad one night, like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm not even like, you're so mad, you're not even mad. You're just like devoid of all emotion. Yeah, that was the kind of anger I was feeling, and I was like, I'm just a complete paradigm shift here. I'm just not gonna play ranked anymore. I think.
It's like not even anger. You just can't feel like a positive emotion. It's
no, yeah,
like
exactly.
Blocked out.
You're like completely numb and like not in a good way. You're just like, I don't know anymore. I don't know what I want.
I had one of those moments like on stream. I was like streaming it, and at some point, like I had such a shitty game that I like fucking quintupled my entire team's damage, and I'm looking, staring at the scores of like 18-4, and then like everything's like 2-7, 3-8, 4-9, 2-11. I'm like, listen, I want you guys to understand. I'm not angry. I am horribly, horribly, horribly disappointed. I am not having fun. This is not a situation of like I'm angry. I want to like break something. It's more like, why? Like did I sin so heavily in the past life that I'm?
Yeah, what did I do?
No, what did I do to like?
What the hell did I do, man?
To deserve this hell, which is endless hell and torture. Like, oh my god.
I remember my like 3rd DPS, my 1-9 Punisher. I remember asking, I was like, bro, can you please just like swap to support or something? He goes like, hell no, fuck. And I just saw red. I grabbed my mic, I took it to my mouth, you should uninstall, and then I need you to kill yourself.
Oh my god.
And I just let go, and I was like, I gotta stop playing.
Dude,
off this game actually.
I was at work.
I was like, I have never actually screamed at someone in a video game in my life until Rival.
I was at work talking with Smug. He was playing Marvel Rivals, and I hear him like get mad and then go silent, and then all of a sudden I just hear, I just want my fist back. I almost just punched my monitor. I was about to just destroy everything.
Holy shit. No, that's so real though.
It's so miserable.
Yep. No. And then I was like, I could be doing so many more productive things. Like even just staring at a wall would probably be better for me.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I would feel
I could just
something.
be jabbing a pencil into my thigh, and I would be having more fun than Marvel ranked.
Like maybe this is a conversation for another time, but like I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, dude, does competitive gaming like need to die? Like I don't know. It's kind of like a parasite that ruins online gaming at some point. Like
have been having a lot of fun in single player games, not team based competitive, but like RTS fighting games. I've been enjoying those.
Right?
Those are just me. That's fun. On me.
Yeah. Exactly. Like that's cool. That's chill. So.
I think we should all give our final thoughts on college here.
On competitive gaming.
Our favorite topic.
Wait. Can I add one? I want to know your guys' experiences. What is the shittiest experience you've ever had in a group work?
Oh my god, college group work, dude! All of them are ass. I don't think I've had a single good.
No, I understand. I have had 5 group projects throughout this first year of uni. All 5 of them were fucking ass, bro. Some shit that was, and I was like, bro, I generally don't know A, what the fuck are you fools doing here, and B, why the fuck that I had to take with this shit. Like, why can I just not submit a single like work?
I think the worst one I had was in my final. There was a group project we talked about radiation for detecting neutrinos, and we were down. They didn't properly space out the class or whatever. I don't remember what the context was, but like we were one less than we should have been for the project. Like there were supposed to be 6 of us, there were only 5, and then of the 5, one of us just didn't do anything. And like literally, we had weeks to do this project, like a solid like 2 months, and then he shows up like 2 days before the deadline is done to like speed write up a document or whatever. This was like right before like AI and ChatGPT, so like I don't think he was like, you know, generating the essay or whatever. Like it was like it was just so stressful because we were like, do we have to do his work for him? We have like only a couple days left to do it, and like it just someone showing up at the very last nanosecond with no communication to like just do a bunch of random work, and then we have to edit it. We're like, well, it's not good because it's like this is like your first draft. Like you have to make all these edits. Slop. Yeah, it's all slop. It's terrible. It's gonna bring down the grade of the whole thing by like a solid couple points. So like that was probably my worst experience. You know, not to rant about it too long, but like oh my god.
I would say my worst was like a 3 or 4 like person group, and it was just like a slide presentation. It's super easy, and like I did my part, and I didn't really look at their parts because it's not my fucking job.
Yeah, it's not your job, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And then like the day before, I was like, okay, I should look through everything just so I know what's coming up. And I'm clicking through theirs, and it is like middle school. It is like I'm trying to remember like a good example. Like George Washington is the first president of the United States. Just like that's not our topic. That's just not even what we're talking about.
That's not even the right topic. Is crazy.
Yeah. And I went through, and it's like my portion. I'm not gonna say it's perfect, but like pretty good. Covers all of the things I do. And then theirs was just like unusable. And so I just went to the professor beforehand, and I showed them. And I'm like, this is our project that you're about to get. This is my part. Can you please just grade me off of my part? I don't want them to tank my grade. And so I handed him my laptop, and I watched him click through it. And I could see like I had the first portion, and then they had like the rest of it. And his is like, he's like nodding along a little bit. And then the second he stops my slides, I'm just watching him like slump into like his hand. It is slowly going. It like covers his chin, and then his mouth, and then it got to like his nose, and he's just like covering his face as he is going through like what a drooling middle schooler could have like outperformed. And by the end, he is like almost just covering his eyes. He takes his hand away. He hands me back my laptop. He goes, "Yeah, I'll just grade you off of yours, and then I'll grade them all separate." I was like, "Thank you. That's all I needed." Yeah. And then the next day, we were presenting. 2 of my 4 group members didn't even show.
Oh.
So yeah. So 4. I just went to their slide, or like 4 total. 2 people weren't there. And of course, the other guy, he showed, but he was still a drooling like caveman. So he's like, "I don't want to talk about their parts." And so I just had to wing half of the project with their terrible slides. And I'm like, okay, so here I think talking about
I think
yeah, like, I'm pretty sure this is in reference to blank.
My worst was it was me, a biochem major girl who worked full-time as a vet and lived 30 minutes away or an hour away from the campus. It was her and I, and then 2 other people. Her and I destroyed everything in the class. We were like fucking killing it. I was just tired and didn't want to do anything, but I was doing my work. She was just the perfect group partner. The other 2, fucking god awful. we had to make, this was for a Myths and Legends course, so we had to make a final presentation about like a famous myth that we read about, right? And I was like, hey, professor, I have a lot of experience in editing. Can we, instead of doing a presentation, just do a video? Because that would be so much fucking easier than having to get everybody to write slides. All I needed was them to send me voiceover clips wherever they were. It didn't have to be perfect or like a great mic. So the girl goes into a back room in her vet office, sends me, records an entire script for it. The other person, it's like muffled. It sounds like she's hungover. Fucking just horrible. Not even a script. Talks about the same shit 3 times. And then the last person doesn't show up for half of it. And we were like, well, this person at least did some work and I could work with it. This, the girl was great. So her and I were like talking. I'm like, I don't want to like get mad at this last person, but she didn't fucking do anything. I don't want her getting a good grade because we killed it. And so she's like, oh, don't worry. I'm already writing an email. And she shows me her phone and it's literally like, hey, Angst and I, Angst and I did all of this and listed out everything that we did. And then it was like, these other 2 didn't do shit. Please do not grade them for this. And they, the one girl failed. The other one passed with like maybe a 60, like just barely passed. And I was like, you know what? You're great. I'm glad we had this class together.
That's why I think it's funny because both Nate and Smug mentioned fucking. I was gonna talk about the one where it was a 2-man project, and we kind of like I extended all the communication, and then we like were waiting till like the last week or so, and then he took and did both his part and my part, and then delivered it. And then gave the excuse of like, oh, we didn't have any communication. I was like, you didn't have any communication. I talked to you about everything. I was the one that had to extend all the communication. And I'm gonna tell you something else. If you do this shit again, I'm gonna break your teeth. and then we did swapped groups.
I would too. I was threatened.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're trying to fuck me over, like, and essentially telling the prof that I didn't do anything on a job that I was doing, then you're trying to fuck with me. I'm gonna try to fuck with you. And but the one that I think was most like shitty, but that I thankfully I did talk with a teacher and I did get a higher grade was. We're doing a class on business.
Oh, I love this story.
Yeah, and we were in. Everyone was like, "Oh, you can all like do groups with each other." And I didn't know. I knew one girl there, but she already had a group, and all the Erasmus, which is a project in Europe where people can take. It's what what'd you say? Angst? A transfer school, I think. So you go to another university in another country to study, and then you come back with equities. I don't know if it's the same thing, but they transfer, so I would imagine it's the same thing. And all the Erasmus students went together, and then there were all other groups, and I was with another guy. We were both me and him left over, and then there was another 2 other people that didn't show up to class. And I spoke to the teacher like, "Oh, we don't have any. Only us 2 are left." And she was like, "Oh, but there's also 2 other students, so I'm gonna pair all 4 of you together." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, cool, that's fine. That's fine with me." We were supposed to do this project that it's essentially like we would have 3 discussions at different points, and it would be they would present us with a paper on a business. And talking a little bit about like how what they did, what was their upbringing and whatnot, and then they would ask questions about the business, like, oh, what could they have done to boost their sales in this and this and that. Like it wasn't exactly like there was no correct answer. It's just to test how well could you like how creative could you be, and how good were you at argumenting, defending your points, and to like test different points of view, and to see how well could you like grow a business by your decisions. And there were 5 questions, and we essentially like everyone will like present a slide. We'd present like our PowerPoint, and then each slide would be like a question and the answer, and we'd like would like talk about it, and then every other group would do the same. So we were like, okay, I'm gonna send an email to all my 3 other colleagues to properly divide the work, because we still had like 2 weeks. So it's like, oh, fine, I'll send it now, and then they'll tell me, and I'll create like a Discord group chat. A week and a half pass, and no one answered me anything. And I was like, okay, I've added them. Like they've replied to me their Discord usernames. I've added them to a Discord group. But no one is answering me. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna. I told, I'm gonna do 1 and 2, and then you guys can divide whatever questions by yourselves. On the last day, on the day of delivery, one guy, both guys were like, I just got here. I'll do these questions and whatnot, and that's fine. And I'm like, okay, that's like, as long as they do their part, I don't even care. I was starting to do like the other questions in case that they didn't show up, but it's fine. One of the guys never. There were we were 4 people. Both of me and the other guy went to class. There was one that never went to class, and there was one that never showed up to university ever. He was in 2 other classes of mine, but he never showed up. So essentially, this was a group project to be divided in between 5 to 7 people, and we were only 3. And 2 of those were complete deadweights. One of them showed up at the last second and was like, "Oh, can you hand me the PowerPoint, the PowerPoint slides, so I can present them?" And I was like, "Why should I?" I thought to myself, "Do I do it? Do I give him the PowerPoints? Because I did them. I answered damn near all the questions. He prepared an answer, but he didn't even prepare the fucking slide. So do I give him access to the thing?" But I was like, okay, you know what? I'll try and be the bigger person. I'll give them access to the slides, and we were gonna present it. We're gonna present the slides. That one of the guys that by the way, I've never seen this guy in my life because he never showed up to class. He was like, "Oh, are you guys of my group?" And I was like, "Yeah, I guess. Is your name this?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna present the 4th slide." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool." We go to present the first one. I present the first one. I discussed with the teacher. We're like having a back and forth. I discussed with the other groups. Second question, the same thing. Third one, I presented a bit of it, and then the other guy presented also a part of it. The 4th guy, the 4th question, the guy, I shit you not, looks at the slide, reads off what's on the slide, and shuts up. I look in dead panic. I look at him. I look at the slide. I put my hand on the table and I immediately go, "Oh, but we can also deduce this and this," and start like trying to get something out of that, because I could not believe that with 2 weeks this guy shows up in the last day, and the best he can do is read off what's on the PowerPoint that he wrote, and half of it was wrong. I've had to try to justify a wrong answer. I was like, I know this shit's wrong, but I cannot bullshit something like in the spot to try and justify why the fuck that's there. So I've had to pretend like I was a dumbass and I didn't know what I was talking about to try and get something out of the prof. And then at some point he starts talking, "Oh, but wouldn't you think this approach would be better?" And it's like, "Oh yes, we consider that, but then and then I kept bullshitting, and then people was like, "Oh, okay, that's fine."
Due to limitations of our time, we could not do this properly.
Like, yeah, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And the 5th guy, the 5th question like was like very easy, because it was like closing statements essentially. And I just know that I spent the rest of the presentation with my hands covering my face because I couldn't look to my right. If I looked at my right, I might have punched the guy. I was like, I cannot believe on everything that this guy just did this to me, because I was having such a I was on fire. I was doing I was acing that. It came to the point that when we were arguing with the other, because like we had to argue one question with all the groups, and so like one group would present and then be like, oh, what do the other groups think? Whenever it would get to our group, the teacher would look at me, because it was like, oh, I'm obviously gonna talk to this guy because one fool like is half drooling and the other one doesn't know where he is, so I'm just gonna talk to him. And I was essentially just having back and forth with the teacher. I was the group. And then I had to explain this to my teacher then, like after the class, and I sent him an email saying like, so I would just like to point out something, in case you might have found something was wrong. I absolutely bullshitted the fourth question. We were dividing work, and I kept the first and second questions and part of the third. And I divided, and one guy stayed with the fourth question, and the other guy finished the third. And the other, this other guy that never showed up to class was with the fourth question. I could not and was not expecting him to just read off a single sentence and silence himself. So I desperately tried to justify. And then I was in a call with said teacher, and he was laughing because he was like, so obviously I couldn't laugh because I was trying to like be the judge, but I could visibly see the panic of you trying to cut the guy off and trying to like explain and bullshit your way around that. And I just like, I was laughing, but I was like fucking dying inside, and I was like, yeah.
You're trying to clutch.
Yeah, I was like, dude, he was like, I could see it, I couldn't laugh about it, but rest assured, because you were arguing all the other points so well, I can definitely see and I can understand what happened here. Don't worry, this will not reflect on your grade. And I was like, I thank you so much. I swear, if I would have been so sad if I would have came out of that with a lower grade because I have rulers for fucking group mates. And so I ended up the class with a 90%. The other one that it passed by. It was like 60, and the other like had like a 40%. And I was like, justice be served.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna lie. I walked away the last like minute to go take a piss. I came back and we're on the project, and I'm just like, holy fuck! I feel like I would know more about your project than your teammates in the time it took me to like figure this out. Like,
Believe me, the guys, both of the guys that showed up, because one of them never showed up to class or any discussion ever. They learned about what we were doing on the last day. So believe me when I tell you, yes, you probably could have. Yes, you probably could have. I shit you not. And that's been the worst group project I have ever been. Yeah, that was
this is huge.
that was me because I was like laid back. My back was against the chair. The guy like says one sentence, shuts up. I look to the right, say half panic. I look to the teacher. I place my hand on front, and then I point to the PowerPoint. They're like, oh, but you see, what we could have also done there was. Dude, it was actual fucking true panic. I have never been so panicked in any like examination ever.
Well, at least we know there's one good professor out there in the world.
Yeah.
There may only be one, but at least we got one of them.
Professor Layton. That's the best professor.
Yeah, that's the best one. Speaking of, like, I'm sorry, I'm just hostaging the fucking thing. I've had one on good professors. I've had one professor that has been like the best professor I've ever had. That was on my bachelor's on it was a class on the Internet of Things, and we had a first of all the first email he ever sent us was, so I know that the university is trying to sell you all these books. That you have like these books that you need to get that are like $100+ bucks.
Oh, Smug knows about that.
Yeah. I just want you to know to be careful of these websites, and then he links two websites. Be careful of these websites that you can get the books for free. Yeah, be sure to never open those. Yeah, these websites that you can get all the books that you need for free. Yo, be careful. Never open any of those. And then on one of our projects, we needed to do like an HTML page with like a bunch of different fucking settings.
No more projects, please. No more projects, please.
See, but this one has an happy ending at least.
Oh my
because
God.
we couldn't get one specific function to work at the time, so we saved it, and then we were like, okay, in case we don't like get this to work, we just send whatever we have, but let's keep working on it. We figured out how to get it to work, but after we've already sent the unfinished work, we figured out at like 2 a.m. and we sent it, and we sent an email also saying like, oh, by the way, we're sorry. We figured out how to do this function 2 hours late. If it impacts on our grade, you can just take the first thing that we sent. And he replies next day in the morning. Oh, I've seen. Don't worry, I've been here in your position. I will not deduct you any points because you guys were working overtime for it. Just say that you guys sent that on the Azores time zone, that is -3 hours. And we were like, that's the most base thing I have ever read in my life. Oh, just say you were in the Azores time zone. I won't deduct you any points.
All right. I hate to
Yeah,
be that
easy.
guy. We have to wrap it up.
Just pulling the plug.
I'm sorry. I swear I hosted like the fucking latter part of that.
My name is Angst.
All right.
You can find me at twitch.tv/littleangst. You can find me at YouTube sometimes. Special guest Hugh Lance. You can find him at twitch.tv/Hugh Lance. And
That's a goat.
that's it. No.
That's it. Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
Nathaniel Nate150k. You can find him at Twitch, and you can find him at YouTube. He's doing this a lot more consistently than anyone else. Well, Hugh streams like every day.
Yay.
So it's just you. It's just you.
Smug, you can find him here.
You could find him here.
We found it.
We found him. He's here.
You call me Dora.
Thanks for
Hands up.
Hands up. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
guys.
worries.
It was
Yeah,
fun.
thanks for having us.
Fun letting some steam out, so.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.